in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub,
BA,
E-Ray, and Jmoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let Me Book the Territory. It is I, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the man of 7/8 teeth, Peen Malenko, the tribal beef, Roman Gaines, here once again with all of the squad. We are back. We are a unit. This is the Four Horsemen. Guys, how you doing?
Phenomenal. Doing fucking wonderful.
I'm great.
Love it. Dub, you know you're a guy.
Oh,
Introduce
me?
yourself.
Little old me.
Is
Little old
every
me. The tribal chief of the podcast game. The pod god. Powerhouse Dub. The Dub Show. It's the big bad Dub Show tonight, y'all. Preparation H.
I hate when they hammer boys start bleeding. No, dog. That shit hurts. Hate when your toilet's not soft, y'all.
Get ready for something that you never know.
Oh, I gotta pee.
It's the Dub Show. I'm good, man. I feel great.
Yeah, love it.
Great.
That's great to hear. I assume because all the glorious wrestling that we've consumed, that it's healed your spirit and lifted you to a new level.
A whole week of the Trips era. Before that, I got to work in the biz for a day. Life's been good for me.
Hey, cannot complain. I understand. With that said, the all-time, well, I would say probably the third most complaining person on this podcast, Black IRS. BA, what's going on, brother?
I'll take third place in that, I guess. I'm doing good.
BAP history in the building.
Right. BAP history. I'm going with a formerly known as Black IRS. I'm going to get away from this Black IRS thing, man.
Okay.
Taxes have a negative connotation in our industry, man. We're going to go with BADVIC, man. The $1 million man out here. I'm doing some major things. I got a big meeting on Saturday. Me and the wife, I think we're going to get this build going, man. We're about to give somebody a lot of cash, more than I feel comfortable with ever giving to anyone. So,
wait. I have a question.
Yes.
Is that cash going to come into like one of those generic 1990s villain movie suitcases, the silver one with the
Halliburton? That's IRS's briefcase. Yeah. I'm definitely bringing that. That's how I'm going out. That's how Black IRS is going out. I'm giving the Halliburton to the builders, and I'm now Black DV or BA, aka BADVIC, because BA is gonna be working like an MFer to get the rest of this money. So when it's done, when the build is done in February.
Just remember, BA, when you show up, when you show up to all your clients, you just gotta play the old Leo Rush theme song. I came to collect. You gotta let them know.
Oh yeah. See, man, that's just negative. See, I go in as a friend, man. I'm here to help. I'm here to provide solutions. I came to collect, so I was like the repo man. Like, I'm about to come here and take your car.
That's his old gimmick. He got to start in like, everybody's got a price.
Exactly, and everybody does have a price. But yes,
Whoa,
BA's doing great. It's true, man. It's true. We'll get into it later.
No, we won't.
Hopefully, right? I was saying, hopefully, hopefully. I don't want to know. Well, we'll get into that later.
That
but
is an off-pod conversation.
Jmoe has a price, and Jmoe is here, back once again.
Back.
The FTR alien. Jmoe, what's going on?
What's up, guys? It's been a while. I'm back. A little spiritual journey. Had to find the third eye and realized, there were a lot of mistakes made in the past. Healing off of my tag team partner is one of them. But working through those mistakes.
Okay, Jmoe Lynch, trying to turn over. Guys, I separated my shoulder. I still work through the match, and I'm sorry, BA. It's still real to me, damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, Jmoe. Just I hope the Jared Leto retreat I sent you paid off. I hope that he got hooked up with copious amounts of Caucasian women and got to hang out in tent with Jared Leto. So I hope it all worked out for you.
Yep, I'm back. I'm officially moved into my new place. As you can see, I have an office now. It was the move from hell. Quick recap. We moved in Saturday. While on the way, Gaby called me and she said, "Hey, are you sitting down?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "Well, the clubhouse just burned down." So the clubhouse burned down. That's burned to the ground.
Was that a selling point of this place?
No.
Hey guys.
No.
This is a beautiful clubhouse. You're like, oh my god, I gotta move in here because of this clubhouse.
And no. Movers broke my bed. So we had to sleep on a mattress for a couple nights.
Mattress on the floor. Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
That brings me back.
Yeah.
You living like an IG model. Okay.
Yeah. So we did that.
Shout out to
Jmoe is now a Taz Angel. Love it.
I am.
Verified check mark
Value
coming
City. It is. We had Value City move some new furniture into the place. The movers got into a fight that I had to break up because the one guy dropped a dresser on the other guy's shin. Then
was
left
one of the movers John Moxley?
No, they didn't speak any English. It was fun. And then
that's perfect. That's what John Moxley likes to beat up on.
I know exactly.
It just aligns perfectly.
Jmoe was scared for his life. Damn Serbians moving his shit.
Yeah. And then the best part is he left his drill at my apartment, and he called me 2 hours later, and he says, "Hey man, I left my drill at your place. I'm going to send you this address. Can you meet me?" And I was like, "No."
I've seen both.
Can we just meet at the Speedway?
Porn and horror stories that start off that way.
Both end badly.
Yeah. He goes.
The porn does it.
He goes. It's Yeah. He goes.
Depending on what angle you.
Yeah. He goes, it's in.
Y'all watching?
It's on Cleveland Avenue, and I was like, nah, not happening. So yeah.
Could have been on Prospect. I mean,
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, but other than that, it was pretty smooth. I lost some stuff, but
Well, welcome back, buddy.
Look, things can be replaced.
Thanks, man.
It's okay.
That's why we have insurance, Jmoe. That's your BADBIC tip of the week.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you. From the guy speaking of privilege. Things can be replaced. Because I got millions of dollars. So
I got 5 houses
matters.
and I'm getting ready to build
It's all
another
material.
one.
And if they don't speak English, beat the shit out of them.
Hey, that's John Moxley. That ain't me.
Right.
I love all races, creeds, and colors. Thank you.
See, BA learned. BA took his sensitivity training seriously. We'll see how long these others
Sammy
take.
Guevara, School of Sensitivity training, man.
Yeah.
I gotta get the T-shirt. When we get merch, there has to be a T-shirt.
That's a great idea.
A heads up.
I think.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
No.
He said, no, I'm fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, great recap on us being back, being whole again. We feel like a unit, like Voltron, and I'll form the head and just land on things. But guys, since it's been so long since we've been back, there has been an extreme amount of changes going on in the wrestling universe. And when I say extreme, I mean the shit that we never thought we'd see. Like Vince McMahon no longer being a part of anything. Triple H, now the head of creative. Stephanie McMahon, just Stephanie McMahon. I don't know. Liv Morgan's champion. Like heads blown. Everything is different. So I have to get in here and ask immediately. And Jmoe, I'll start with you. With that said, and all the possibilities in WWE, I know you're pretty outspoken to not love the product as of late. And we were saying, hey man, just give it a chance. You're like, no, I don't like WWE anymore. How do you feel watching SummerSlam and the first Raw of the post Vince McMahon era? Let me have it.
I give it 5 luchador masks out of 5. I love every minute of it. This is coming from a guy. This is coming from a guy who was Randy Quaid in Major League. That's what I was trying to persona.
Big facts.
But as soon as I saw that first match, I was like, well, Trips is back. Let's roll. Here we go. I mean, he's gonna give Ciampa a push, so
okay,
I'm all about it.
So is that the one thing that stuck out to you most, or what was the immediate thing that was like, oh, this is different? What was one thing that stood out to you immediately?
So 2 things. The infusion of talent, obviously with EO and Dakota coming over to Raw, that was a big thing for me. I'm a big fan of theirs. And also, I've noticed the promos aren't as scripted as what they normally are. They're a little bit more... They give the superstars a little bit more freedom to do whatever they're looking for. So I like that too. So I was pretty excited.
Nice. Dub, are you in
I just want
agreement
to say,
with
last
Jmoe?
time Jmoe was on the pod, Brock Lesnar was still semi-retired. Triple H was not back yet. And things were way different. Way different.
Didn't Cody Rhodes still have 2 of his
Cody
boobies?
Rhodes had 2 boobies. Yes.
Well,
Thank you, BA. That is absolutely correct.
Cody Rhodes had 2 boobies, and I like them too.
No, I'm in complete agreement with Jmoe. EO Sky. EO Sky was almost out the door. Dakota Kai was released. And Sunday, oh shit, there at SummerSlam. Holy shit. After another match of the year candidate from Bianca and Becky. Holy shit. It's up there. It's better than their Mania match. Ciampa getting his push towards the U.S. title, very interesting. You know what? Like, I feel like you could do a Ciampa Bobby Lashley story so good and not even have the Miz involved. Because last time the Miz was near Bobby Lashley beat the shit out of him and made him give up that WWE title, and it was great. But yeah, no, the Trips era is off to a phenomenal start. Santos is back. I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Besides Sasha?
BA. What? Well,
Right.
I would say BA.
coming soon.
What is the more that you can ask for?
Ooh, man, that's hard. I feel like I've had 2 Christmases already.
And Ronda lost.
I feel
Ronda
greedy
lost
asking
clean,
for more.
and I was so happy.
And they made it believable,
I
man.
loved it.
Yeah,
I'm so happy. Ronda lost clean.
Dominic got the
I'm not-
shit beat out of him. Dominic
That's
got
a
the shit.
recurring thing.
Man, one of the few times I wish I was Dominic Mysterio. But to answer Ray's question,
You want to wear Fendi every day?
I just wanted them legs wrapped around me. We'll talk about
we
that
won't.
later. River Rhea get choking about. But as far as what more I can get, man, I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna recap what I've loved so far because I know it's more to come, and I know we're gonna get more of what we've been talking about for years. I'm sure. I love the fact that, and I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. The fact that the U.S. title fucking matters again. Like, they played that shit up so big.
Video
on Raw.
package.
Like, damn, I forgot so held it. Yeah, like, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to do the same thing with the IC title, I would hope, man, because that's even more, in my opinion, more of a prestigious title than the US, but I digress. the eventual appearance of Sasha and Naomi, however that's going to come about, it's coming. Sasha's definitely a Trips girl. So is Naomi. Just the fact that everything was just so well thought out as far as how they produced the matches at SummerSlam, at least. Like you said it, Dub, like they made Ronda lose clean and it was a believable loss and it wasn't any bullshit. It was something that could easily have happened as far as the ref missing that and then not seeing it and then Ronda going ape shit, making her heel again. That's all I've been asking for. If y'all listen to me on any episode, I was saying I just need Ronda Rousey to look mean and choke people out. That's all I wanted to do. She did a great job of it at the end of that match. Well, if you're going to put her on my TV, that's what I want to see. I'd be happier with that, but I live in the real world, so
True.
I get they're not going to just have her sitting at home. Or back
they can send her down to NXT with Dominic.
But yeah, man, just...
Send them both down there.
Come on now. If Dominic ain't there, you know
have
how
them
they
both
happen.
working on Level Up.
You must be smoking better than me, my friend, because that shit sounds wild.
You can't go backwards. That's not how that works.
That's not even like... That's like...
Hey guys, I just won the Super Bowl. I'm about to go back to Pee Wee football. Fuck these kids up. It's not how it
step
works.
on kids.
Apollo did it.
Ultimate.
Apollo
Right.
did it. Dolph Ziggler did it.
But no, man, I'm just...
Apollo Crews was never like a
Ziggler
world
was.
champion. He was.
Nah,
he
he was
had
cleaner
a,
at best as far as
he
status.
adopted a Nigerian
Ziggler
accent.
was. Two-time world
Ziggler has lasted the build. Ziggler's been in that building for almost 20 years.
Facts. I didn't know he was 42 years old until like 2 days ago.
Right. Looks
I was
great.
shocked
I
to
want to
hear
look.
that.
Like, white don't crack. Apparently, when you talk about Dolph Ziggler. Oh,
Real, man.
everybody
He must
else.
be drinking like melanin shakes or something, if that exists.
Melanin shakes.
Like somebody...
He drinking fucking
seaweed.
baby fetus cells.
Christopher Reeve.
Dolph, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to
And then
South Park.
or he has a painting of himself somewhere, like in his aging. He's doing like the bicep show off.
Oh, yeah.
move, but the pincher's aging, but he doesn't. That's what I believe. Go to Dolph's house. It's probably like just a painting covered because he can never look it in the eye. League of Extraordinary Dolph Zigglers. I believe this. This is a real
I
thing.
believe it, man. Definitely believe it.
But
no,
we
beautiful
kind of
time.
got a little bit of ahead of ourselves. I do have some of the predictions from last week.
I just go hide in the corner.
SummerSlam predictions with maximum hunching on the line.
I need to go hide in the
Guys, do
corner.
you guys remember any of the things that you said before I kind of recap some of this? Yes,
No.
maybe so.
I know that
Yeah, I
most
know.
of
See,
mine
that-
were wrong as I watched it live on Saturday. I know that. That's why I was sitting there like with my homies. And shout out to Red and Coop and CJ and Domenico and Jazzy, the people I watched the event with on Saturday. 'Cause I was sitting there like,
and
God
Shaggy
damn.
T, and
And all the homies.
big Lolo too. Yeah, all the homies.
All the
Like, I don't
homies.
know.
All the wrestling homies.
But
no, I was but yeah. I know I was sitting there watching like I know I'm so I'm gonna predict that I was probably the worst off. But we'll see. We're here for the
I got a
results.
just a quickie. Bobby versus Theory. Myself, Bobby, A-Dub, Bobby, BA. You must not have set your time machine correctly because you picked Theory.
That's one.
The other one we were looking at, Liv versus Ronda. E-Ray went with Liv. Dub went with Liv. BA, what's going? You gotta hit that. You pick Ronda, man. You pick Ronda.
I was going off of Vince booking, man. I'm sorry. I told y'all during the show last week I can't get my mind out of the Vince way of thinking, and it burned me bad.
Yeah. Everything else was a wash one way or another. We all picked the same, so I didn't even take a look at those. But PA,
Should I just hunch it out?
hunches on you.
I gotta hunch it out for y'all. I feel like this is like inappropriate.
Dance for me.
Whoa.
I feel like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Couldn't
and
help
Joe
yourself.
BA, don't do it here.
Right, and do it.
You have to
very,
do
very
it and put it on the
slowly.
on the
Right,
Twitter
this
feed.
is Twitter.
Yeah.
On the page.
Yes.
All right. Y'all heard it.
Paint
It'll
your
be
face
up.
too.
Whoa. Jmoe's coming in hot, and apparently he is got some true love.
Who's that clown
paint your face.
The clown from
slowly.
the clown Sandman from the Apollo show is sweeping out the penalty box right now. J-Mo.
Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit's popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out.
He has been about 10 minutes.
Sad day. Side note, I mentioned Apollo, and my girl didn't know what the Apollo was. And I was trying to explain to her that there was a show that came on at like 1 o'clock after Saturday Night Live. And it was just like Showtime at the Apollo. It was like Steve Harvey and Monique and all these like very larger than life black comedians hosting this show. And people will come out and have amateur night and sing and get booed by the crowd so viciously until a Sambo character came out and just danced them off the stage. And I was like, today that's offensive.
Back then it was offensive.
Oh yeah, Sandman does not fly.
Back in '94, no, I couldn't wait because I was like, oh my god, this person's about to get this shit booed out of them.
Oh yeah,
boo! And they would have the reaction shots where they show the crowd, boo, you suck. And then, but then every once in a while, and the crowd was so ready because this is in the middle of Harlem, so the crowd is so ready to just destroy you. But the two ways to escape. I hold this true. 2 ways to escape getting just maximally bullied and booed off the stage, unless you have premium talent. That's a given. You got premium talent, that got you through.
I already know one of these. Can I guess it? Can I guess one? You have to be a child.
Nah, they was booing.
Go hard on you with a kid.
Yeah. No, they had the separate kid amateur night where they didn't boo them.
True. All right.
So I was like,
I'll shut up.
The one, if you were fat people, they like, and a comedian fat. So you just come on there, hey y'all, fat. They like, oh shit, that nigga fat, fat ass, and it was hilarious. So that's all it took. Like, all right, y'all, that was my time. I'm fat, and then they leave.
I'm a little fat. 2.
Yep. Second one, do gospel. You can't boo Jesus.
Yeah, good point.
They be like,
they be
like,
the Romans dead.
Like, they start getting ready. It's like, but Jesus saved me. They be like,
you see people standing up.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the 2 ways to save your life if you ever went onto Apollo. So Jmoe, if you ever just happen to go to New York, rub the log. That's a thing. It's not a sexual innuendo. You actually there's a magic log that you're supposed to rub for good luck. Okay. And then you go out there and perform something. Maybe the FTR theme song. Yeah. If you...
That's another thing though. You bring up Caucasians going on Apollo. Anytime a white guy or woman will walk out there, people will be like waiting, like licking their chops, like this motherfucker better be the next Mariah Carey.
You don't blow us away
eat
with
him alive.
Immediate talent.
Exactly,
Immediate
like
talent.
they are licking their chops.
If you're not Michael Bolton, you're playing the shit out of that set.
That was Kenny G.
All those white dudes are the same. They all had perms. I don't care.
True,
it's true.
Anywho, to that aside. SummerSlam, to me personally, was incredibly enjoyable, and I don't want to skip over that. I know we talked about the new regime, but I think that's where it started. So SummerSlam got us to where we wanted to be, and I think it's a resounding yes from us because of the first 2 things that we seen Trips do. Yes. Okay. Yep. But I want to know everybody's favorite match. Don't give me 2. Don't give me 3. I said 1. And if you say something different, I'll break your fucking back. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
That's aggressive.
I'm not sorry at all.
This is tough.
Dub.
It's tough. It's between the three main title matches.
So. Uno.
And not evil.
Usos and the Profits, man. They deliver time and time and time again. And we didn't get the Montez heel turn because I don't think Trips is on board with that. So I think he likes the Profits as a unit, whether one of them has solo success or not. Or maybe he just listens to the pod and says, oh, they don't have to turn on each other. Just another great match, man. That's probably my favorite. I wouldn't say it was the best. I think the opening match was the best match of the night. But Usos Profits, my favorite. Those two could have matches till the end of time and I'd be fine.
BA, you look like you differ. You look like you do not agree with A-Dub at all.
You know me
Please
too well. Tribal Beef, you know me too well.
See it in your face.
I was going to say my favorite match is going to be Brock and Roman because of the fact that nobody expected what we saw. They made a stale storyline very enjoyable to close it out. They closed it out the right way, making Brock like throwing all that shit on top of him and Roman on top of the garbage mound. Like the Twin Towers just fell and he was standing over him. It looked terrible, but it was just what it is. That's the only way you can slay. That's the proper way to send Brock out. Like, that's how you do a beastie motherfucker like that. Like, you gotta have all the fucking garbage on top of him. And then him saluting his way out the door. Like you said last week, we probably won't see Brock again until his Hall of Fame speech. Real talk. But, and Jmoe disagrees. I can't wait to hear this. But yeah, that's my favorite match, man. Just because we didn't expect the spectacle that we got from it.
Great. Jmoe?
So, BA, the only thing I'm disagreeing you on is Brock is going to be back at day one. There's already advertisements for him.
Oh, the poster that they showed? Well, I didn't put weight into that. Posters
Was that
changed.
January?
Yeah.
Day one, yeah. So
I
he's.
hope Triple H gets
I did see that poster, though.
But yeah.
It's like Roadblock Part 2.
It's worse because it's on the day that we're all hungover from New Year's Eve. The last thing I want to do on New Year's Day is watch wrestling while I'm trying to get my life together.
They should put it on at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
With Royal Rumble, not too
it's like
far
2 weeks away.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Like 2 weeks away.
That's why it's so bad. That's why I said it's Roadblock 2 in that regard, because it's like we don't need
this is
like
the This is the dangers of the premium live event, because they can just do as many of these shits as they want to because they don't have to make a big old production out of people paying.
Hey man, I didn't mind when they was doing
for
one every 2 weeks
anymore.
for SmackDown and Raw. I did not mind that because the amount of talent that you got.
I didn't either.
It did feel like a lot.
They didn't feel special, but it was.
It felt
fun.
like a lot. It felt like a chore sometimes, but he was like, but there's so much talent.
But because they were separate.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because they were separated. Okay, now we get to highlight SmackDown talent.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're highlighting some Raw talent. And then the Big Four had the everything.
Combined. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's what made Survivor Series fun too.
Yeah, because that's the only time they would be on an
I would
event
disagree
together.
there.
No, I'm gonna agree
Fight
with
for
Jay.
brand
hate Survivor Series guys.
You fighting for brand supremacy like gang wars, but
That's
not,
the only way you can
it's
make
awful.
Survivor Series worth something, man. Outside of that, when they have these made up teams fighting each other for no reason like they did back in the day, I used to hate that shit.
So
But I at least
completely
take the
disagree
brands
with
fighting
you.
each other. What?
Okay. Well, we're here now.
So you tell them
Whoa,
okay.
Yes, I'm telling you everything you
Okay.
said. I'm telling you that.
I can't even make my prediction.
What?
You make a Survivor Series prediction in August?
No, my match of the night. I can't even make that up, but okay. Go ahead, guys.
Go,
I'm
J
sorry.
Mo. Match of the
Sometimes,
night.
look,
Right.
sometimes we just going, man. We're here. Give us your match of the night, really quickly.
Profits Usos. Hands down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But to your point, Profits and Usos felt much like Survivor Series, red versus blue, if they do it right. But the problem is, BA, whenever you have the old Survivor Series matches, they felt like they were important because you picked teams and then there was something on the line. Brand supremacy is not enough to give me any fucks about
was
this.
on the-
I don't
E-Ray, what was
care
on-
about...
What was on the line? Enlighten me, because I don't remember shit being on the line outside of them showcasing the possible main event for somebody. So like,
Well, the
what
Soul
was on the
Survivor
line?
would have a chance to
Soul Survivor,
win the
yeah,
belt.
they
It
used to
almost
get a
became
title
like
match.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will
All right,
automatically
I forgot
become
about
like the
the
number
Soul
one
Survivor
contender.
shit.
That makes more sense because it's like, oh, we have a reason to fight versus whatever the fuck they got going on here. Like, oh, we automatically, after weeks upon weeks of beating the shit out of each other, now randomly we care because we have a shirt that says
Bloods
our
and Crips.
brand on it. That's fucking dumb.
So E-Ray, you telling me the last time they did this, the year they had SmackDown and Raw and NXT,
That was the only year where
that
it
shit
mattered.
wasn't dope. That wasn't fire.
That was not.
That
the
was
last
the only
time.
year where brand supremacy
Because they
mattered.
made it matter that year because people was doing gang war
it
shit.
mattered because NXT was coming into their house and fucking shit up.
People were
That's
jumping
when brand
motherfuckers.
supremacy mattered.
Exactly.
Outside of that, BA, since they separated the brands, who the fuck cares? I don't give a fuck if Santino Morella's on Bradshaw's team to take on Randy Orton and Legacy. I don't give a fuck about that. But when NXT ran up in there, it was like, yeah, we're better than you. The fans have been telling you that. And guess what? We're about to show and prove now. That meant something. And also, it further validated all of us that have been watching NXT all this time. Like, yo, this is kind of sort of the best shit on television, and it's not close. Like, if you think about that whole Survivor Series, Roderick Strong beat AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura in the Battle of the Mid-Cards. You got to see Pete Dunne take on Adam Cole in an NXT title match. Like, shit mattered. Like, that's when it really mattered. Because, like, NXT was out to prove a point, and they did. Other than that, who fucking cares?
Yeah. Well, I do want to add two things. One being, that was not the most recent Survivor Series. After that, we wondered, why don't y'all stick with that formula? They didn't. They went right back.
That's what I was saying. The last Survivor Series like that. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I got you.
But after that, it was back to the same bullshit. It didn't matter. And then the other issue is they stacked the cards so blatantly on one side. You're like, oh, so Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin are going to beat Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins and all these and Bobby Lashley. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
And
this
it was worse because in 2020 they did it with like an empty arena.
One was,
so that was really bad. You're like, I really don't care about this now.
Yeah,
because they've all been working in the same place.
At least Money in the Bank murder was. Yeah, at least at Money in the Bank, attempted murder was like happening. Like, oh, we ain't got no fans. Well, we could just fucking call SVU.
We can kill Rey Mysterio. We can give AJ Styles PTSD. Yeah.
Yeah, bring them back the next day. Love that.
Fair enough.
We didn't mean to shit on you. Survivor Series love, BA. We know you wrecked the first Survivor Series. We get it.
No.
Right.
I was
in
'88.
When Hulk
I was
Hogan
there.
and Macho Man and Ultimate
I was
Warrior.
there. The Super Hulkamaniacs, I think they were.
I remember the Surfer Club with Sting and Luger. Yeah.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan, last night we saw Kiera Hogan and Gaby goes, "Is she related to Hulk Hogan?" And I go, "Really?"
You should have said it's time for you to go.
No, you should have said, there's so many reasons why that would never be possible.
First of all, look at Kiera Hogan and look at Hulk Hogan.
Well, I mean, according to the Hulk rumors of what he did.
Yeah, that's true.
It's possible.
It's possible.
I was about to say, racist white guys love having sex with black women. That's a fact. Slavery, folks.
Slavery.
Thomas Jefferson.
Slavery, y'all.
Yep.
4 scores and 7 years ago. Oh, come here, Baquisha. Fucking racist.
4 scores and 7 wars ago.
Literally. Racism, everybody. Hate that shit. But it's still prevalent today. Which leads us to Jmoe going to AEW. Yeah!
Great segue.
Guys, got to
awesome.
love AEW. No, but seriously. We sent our Caucasian correspondent out. He's been doing his push-ups. He's been doing his sit-ups. He did a montage. And he was like, I need a montage. And then he's been doing all his routines because he was getting ready for the Columbus show of AEW. And Jmoe, they had quite a card, I would say, if in your respect. Would you agree?
It was quite a card. It was interesting, to say the least.
Okay, so give us, from what you see, your perspective. I didn't catch all of the show myself, but yeah, we can go through it. Tell us what you like, all the stuff of that nature. But I'm gonna turn it over to you, and then we'll just pick it apart piece by piece a little bit at a time.
So before you got on, I know you were busy getting the troops around, Commander. But I was telling the guys that there was a gentleman that was in front of me who had a pair of like elastic waistband cargo shorts on and a Jesus Luck t-shirt on, and he was on the phone with somebody, and he goes, "Hey, I gotta let you go. I got a meeting with Tony Khan in a couple minutes." And I went, "What?"
Of course you did.
I was like, I watched that guy like a hawk the rest of the night.
I know this guy knows Tony Khan.
Yeah, I was
Did he
all
fade
over.
into the back at all, Jmoe, or he just was in amongst people?
No,
He was just
but like
delusional as hell.
he went around the building, and then I later saw him reappear on the floor, and I was
Wait,
like,
you
oh.
left out the part that he went around the building. That was definitely Tony's coke
Yeah,
dealer.
sorry. Yeah.
I told you. I told y'all.
Yeah.
That
So-
man said,
Yeah. So like I was telling them, it's a whole different experience, just how they lay everything out. I was telling them they have multiple like t-shirt stands set up. They had 3 of them set up so that it was more easier to get merch. So you don't have to wait. Like when WWE came to Columbus, they had one merch table, and it was a pain to get to. So they had them set up all over the place. I did, while in line, I did promote the pod. So, I asked people if they listen to wrestling podcasts, and there was a couple gentlemen who looked like Bray Wyatt's brothers.
that's scary.
Yeah, they said they would definitely check it out.
What was it? Not the Brothers of Destruction. What was that other group of
The Bludgeon Brothers. Bludgeon Brothers.
Bludgeon Brothers? There
Yes,
you go. Hammers.
yes.
Did they have their Thor hammers with them?
No, but the one guy looked like Bray Wyatt. It was kind of creepy. He had the hat and like the shirt and everything. It was kind of weird.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
It was Bray Wyatt.
You should have played the music like right in front of him.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
My
boom,
flyer
boom,
flies.
boom, boom.
So I was telling BA, so the cool thing about AEW, so you get in, the show starts, doors are at 6. At 6:45, they start wrestling. And it's just Steve after Steve after Steve after Steve after Steve.
It's like a carousel of Steve's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like
Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
It's
I
just
don't know.
kind of
Flippy
like
stuff.
it's
Flippy
just kind of like back in the old days when BA just had bitches outside of his door. He was just calling numbers like a meat market. Now serving number 55.
You're too loud, sir. This is a Wendy's.
Take a number. Right?
I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
Serving never frozen beef right to your door, ladies.
Yep.
Made
Whoa.
fresh every day.
Always fresh,
Yeah.
never frozen, baby.
Yeah. So it was interesting, and like you guys said, the neckbeards were in full force. I've never seen so many people in jean shorts in my life. Jorts. Yeah, no, if they were jorts, but if they went down to the other people's ankles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jenkos.
Jinko Jordan.
Yeah, Jinko. Yes, exactly, yes.
Hey, it's all you
sound
at a
like
fucking
the,
ICP
so-
concert.
I was telling them some of the
Fucking juggalos and shit.
biggest pops of the night were when Adam Cole came out, and then also when Moxley came out at the end. Moxley pop was huge. We sat behind the hard cam, and then there was a tunnel right next to me, and I looked down, and there were like 4 of the largest men I saw, and I got really excited thinking
Whoa,
Moxley was going
pause.
to come out right by us.
Oh, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Finish that sentence.
Yeah.
One of the biggest guys I ever seen. I got so excited. Pause.
Yeah.
For
I
life.
was like, oh, me first.
What's happening?
So
Penalty box has been lonely.
yeah, it has. So that was cool.
BA's coming tonight, baby.
I'll be there to warm you up, baby.
Whoa.
But I do have a really interesting story. So I was telling the guys there was a gentleman. He's a smaller gentleman in statue. There was a
Just
guy,
call him a
That's
little
it.
person.
That's-
little person.
Right.
Sorry, little person. I wasn't
It's not
statue.
offensive to call him a little person.
Little person. So he was a little person, and the guy that was next to me was a typical AEW neckbeard, just making fun of everything and chanting at Jericho, "Where were you on January 6th, and it was quite interesting. Like anytime, like
Aubrey, he was chanting that.
Yeah, he was. Like anytime
I'm confused now.
Aubrey Edwards made an appearance, he got pissed off because he was like, "She's more over than some of the wrestlers," and I'm like,
"That's the wrestler's fault."
Like,
what up, y'all? It's your boy Smiles, a.k.a. Hip Hop Adam Schefter, a.k.a. LaJosh James, a.k.a. for all the ladies, the Chocolate Sauce Bandit. You already know what it is. Tune into an Audible Ruckus every week. And don't forget to check out my 2 shows at Shot vs. Smiles and Music Impulse on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, whatever. Tune in. It's your boy Smiles, and I'm out.
So, yeah, anyways, so the show starts. Orange Cassidy comes out, and I stand up because I'm a big Orange Cassidy fan, and he yells at me to sit down. And I was like,
"Smoke!" Look at our eyes. Look at the black people's eyes.
He's reliving it right now.
Yeah,
He's about to whoop the camera's ass.
So, anyways, I was like, all right, whatever, man. Like, so, anyways, there's a guy next to Gaby, and he's a taller gentleman, and he tugs at this guy's shirt, and he goes, I need you to sit down. And the guy goes, excuse me? He goes, the little person behind you can't see. And I was like, oh. So he's speaking for him. So anyways, throughout the show, during the Christian Cage and Matt Hardy match, I thought it'd be a good time to go get another beer and go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and as I'm taking a whiz, I feel a tug on my shirt. And I look down.
There was a little person saying, let me handle that for you. Just shake it. That'll be $1. I'll buy that for $1.
And it was the guy behind me, the little person, and he goes, I need you to sit down.
No.
So he goes, yeah, that's the one thing I hate, man. People think they need to speak up for me when they don't need to, but he was kind of a D-bag anyways, the guy behind me.
So was the little guy was smaller than you, or was behind you?
Yeah, so he sat like, I was at the end, and he sat like a seat behind me, kind of like angled behind me. But yeah, he was being a jerk about it. I'm
like, tough titties, small guy.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
No, he was cool.
Toss your ass in the ring from here.
He was really cool.
Sean Watson style.
No.
Yeah. No.
I was about to say, I don't know about the Sean Watson style.
The fans, fans were really. I was telling BA, there are more than just neckbeards that attend AEW. You know, we saw all sorts of fans.
Oddities.
It
seemed like a
just tell them, Jmoe.
Dreads of Columbus.
The show needs to hear what you told me on this one. This is the most eye-opening thing I heard.
The one thing I was really impressed with, and like I said, we give AEW a lot of shit for the neckbeards, is there was a lot of people of color at the show. I saw a lot of people.
Brown.
Yes, brown. Asian.
Like Tony Khan.
Tony Khan Brown.
No,
the Khans came into town.
Nope.
He means us.
You guys. But yes, and like I told BA, if it comes to Cleveland, I will go again because it was awesome. I mean, if that's what it is. If you're really into like hardcore wrestling and like you'll love it. I mean, we saw Athena drop kick a girl into a barrel or like a rail, and it looked real. So, and I got to see Johnny Hunky.
Love it. I will say, I'm not necessarily surprised by the demographic. I think there are a lot of black people that love wrestling. Hence, 75% of this podcast. But also, depending on like your type, some people do like both.
Yeah.
But some people that go straight far away, that's like AW fan people, are neckbeards. They're just black. You can be black in a neckbeard. It's a
I met one at the indie show that I work camera on. Let me tell you. No, I'm not.
You are one.
You are one.
You
have a neckbeard.
Oh, see.
Look, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, look. Oh, it's uneven.
No. Sorry, it's on your chin.
I get a cut every 2 weeks to make sure.
You got chin beard. Okay. You close. You close.
No.
But no.
No, I refuse.
BA looks really concerned up there in the corner.
He's like, what is happening? I'm just not going to talk about BA's chin strap at all. He's like, I would be a neck beard, but I can remove mine and tear it off.
It's real.
He's like,
it's real.
smooth,
Yeah.
smooth baby's butt right here. Dude.
BA removes his chin strap
He
when
got
he has
his
to
beard.
time travel back to times when he should have been younger, so he can be more at BAP history.
Yeah, because he got to be smoother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BA also
smoother.
just makes his chin strap look more real when he goes to middle
Am I
field.
freezing up? Yeah.
When he goes to middle field to see Wardlow's
Middle
people.
field.
Wardlow's music changed, by the way. That was interesting.
It's pretty cool.
I don't despise it. So along with your, let's get into it because we got your first person perspective, and we can talk about the show. I didn't really see it, so Dub, if you could walk us through this one, and then Jmoe, you give us, your perspective being there.
Yeah.
So that
Jmoe, correct me if I'm wrong. You said the show started with the Orange Cassidy match, right? So
Yes, Orange Cassidy, Jay
good,
Lethal.
really good match. Really good match.
that music is incredible.
Orange Cassidy, he can work with anybody. The hands in the pocket thing, I think we underestimate how good of a worker he is to kind of do that in the middle of some chain wrestling going on, and like how that just works out sometimes. But that match ended up being real good. The Chuck Taylor and what's the other guy in Best Friends? Steve.
Trent.
Okay.
Trent Beretta. Trent Beretta.
Yeah.
Trent Beretta.
Steve.
How you remember Chuck Taylor?
Because Chuck Taylor's
forget
also
Trent
a shoe.
Beretta?
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
Oh.
Trent Beretta's a gun. Motherfucker.
I just come from Detroit. I should know
You
about
from
guns.
Detroit. You don't never forget
Anyways,
no gun.
The
Yeah.
I get you. The comedy thing they did when they came out trying to be as tall as Sanders saying like two stacked up children, that was funny. The Best Friends do a really good job of being funny without being corny, which is something that is underappreciated by them. I'm not gonna lie, I did a lot of what we always do at AEW. I watched it while I was on my phone, but the Adam Cole turn, holy shit. It's one of those things like, I appreciate the turn because I didn't see it coming. Like, we had always joked about how, the Bucks and Red Dragon were going to fight over Adam Cole's custody, custody of Adam Cole on the pole match if Vince Russo was booking it. But Cole was just like, yeah, no, you guys can't be in the trios match. And they're like, what? What do you mean? Like, oh, no, excuse me. You're not going to medically be able to be in it. And I was like, oh, shit, it's happening. Something's happening. And they jumped him. They whooped Brandon Cutler's ass. And then, Jmoe, who made the save?
Butterfly Jeans himself, Hangman Page.
Yeah, E-Ray, did you see those jeans that Hangman Adam Page had on?
I seen nothing. I didn't see anything from AEW. I seen when Adam Cole came out, and then I seen the women's match. But that's it.
So Adam
this
Cole,
is all new.
I definitely-
Adam Page came out there.
I saw the women's match too.
Did the full run and sprint. He didn't stop and do his full entrance while his friends got jumped, so I appreciated that. He got in the ring, made the save. Red Dragon and Adam Cole run away. I was like, oh shit, Adam Page got on some NBA patch jeans. No, those are not NBA patches on those jeans. Those are actual butterflies.
Butterflies.
Butterfly patch jeans.
kisses. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
In an effort to like reestablish Adam Cole's coolness, we gotta take it all from Adam Page. They're a Highlander.
Yeah.
The Adams are the Highlander. There can be
there
only
can be
one
one.
cool.
Be only one.
Yes.
Yes. Gabby did ask, well, Brandon Cutler was getting the shit beat out. She goes, why are they beating up the guy with the broken nose?
I love random questions like.
Oh, there
Shout
was
out
a
to
lot of
Gabby for
women-
being so
people
concerned
that
with
don't
people.
know what the hell's going
She's
on.
such a good one.
Yeah.
Just so concerned
Yes.
for people's well-being.
Yeah.
Because when you don't know what's going on, you just ask questions.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I've never thought about like why he's there with the mask and the camera. It's just like he's a thing. He does the cold spray. I don't ask any questions.
Yeah.
But she may be genuinely concerned. Like, what is that he's spraying? Is that aerosol? That's not good for the environment. And you're like, I don't know.
Why they always yell at him to cut the camera off?
Love that.
Is he not good at his job?
Yeah. Cut the shit.
No, that's Jade. I did see Jade too. She's impressive. Oof.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah.
cardio.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But all that being said, overall, good show. Good show. Not a great show. They've come off some great shows
You
recently.
kept 2 matches.
So what?
Well, yeah, because I wanted to get into it a little bit more. from what I did see, I know we seen the best friends.
Yeah.
I also seen the incident, the run-in with Christian Cage
Yeah.
and Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Dub, I know you've had an ongoing issue with that. Are you still feeling? Where you feeling? Do you feel the love of Christian Cage now, or
Look,
are you
Christian Cage has done masterful this entire time. My issue was never with Christian Cage, even though his motivations are a little suspect. Like, you got thrown out of Battle Royal, bro. How many times you been thrown out of Battle Royal in your life? A lot. I've seen a lot of your matches.
Right. You didn't have a blood feud against this
Yeah.
person afterwards. I remember in 2006.
I worry now that like Jungle Boy wearing the Christian is a pussy T-shirt, like
That was a great
I think
shirt.
he might be like set on that moment too much, and like build off of it, my guy. Don't sink into it and then just become another long-haired short Steve. That's my worry. And then the attempted vehicular manslaughter. It's like, come on, guy. Just beat him up when you get to work. You don't need to try to murder him before you get there. And Luchasaurus, whatever at this point. Whatever. Turn him heel again. Who fucking cares at this point? There's enough Steves on the roster for him to have him beat up Serpentico and call it the Jurassic Park, I don't know, showdown or some shit. Who cares?
Damn. Well, there's that. BA, did you care?
Bill
clearly does.
I haven't even watched. I was getting a play-by-play from Jmoe. It seemed like Jmoe had a good time there, and the matches were good from Jmoe's point of view. But from I always watch my guy Simon, and he breaks down AEW episodes for me.
Yeah.
It looks like they don't really know what to do with Luchasaurus right now because he's kind of just like in the middle of all of this. I do agree with y'all on Jungle Boy. I feel like he doesn't. Like, this is like his first real like storyline, like as far as him having some sort of heat, and he's just like, I don't know what to do with it, right? It's like he's like a South Park, right? He's like a South Park character that's just like now allowed to talk and hang out with the fellas and be
He's
ballers
Butters
and shit. So yes, that's exactly.
I was gonna say he was what's his name? He's Jimmy.
Even worse.
Oh, hey guys,
hey
what a great audience.
Right. Hey, you guys see what I said last week? I said
That was good shit.
Well, there's that. For me personally, I have my own speculation. I think the only way to settle this is to do like Christian Cage comes into the ring with his turtleneck and his sweet satin jacket, and then here comes Jungle Boy. He comes in there, everybody singing the song and the music, and they both sit on two sides of the ring, right? And then here comes Luchasaurus. He comes in from the crowd though, and then they don't get in the ring. They stay on each side of the ring, and then Luchasaurus gets in the ring, and they both like, come here, boy. Come here. Just like Air Bud. And whoever he goes to,
No.
him.
They got to do
That
it.
only
They
makes
got to
sense.
do it like Chris Pratt in Jurassic World.
No?
Like, huh? Right here. Yeah, they got to do it like Chris Pratt in Jurassic World.
And then Luchasaurus has to like sniff him. He's like,
He's got to
He's
like
like-
turn his head like a raptor.
and then he's like, yeah. And then just when you think he's about to make up with Jungle Boy, then he like tail whips him, kicks the shit out of him. Then he goes running over to Christian Cage, and then they go terrorize some audience members. And I would love it. I'd mark out for that. Maybe it's just me. It's okay.
I'd get down
I'm
with
okay with being alone here.
I'd get down with that with you.
I would watch it as being more
Be somebody.
entertaining than anything they've done with Luchasaurus in his entire career.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he was like, he had me
Quiet.
going 2 weeks ago, and he was like Baby Kane. Now it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Yeah, it was like Black Mask. That's not it. They need more. But you know, we're letting them work.
True.
And I did want to propose something since we were talking about AEW. Maybe it's just me. Again, I'm okay to just going out on a limb. But is it just me, or since WWE has removed all that tarnish off of the product, that AEW, we just don't really care that much anymore? And it's only been a pay-per-view and a show. I'm like, I don't really necessarily care about AEW as much. Like, I'm going to watch it still, but I'm not relying on it because now I'm excited about all the new possibilities.
So, hear me out here. So,
is it just me?
I think the issue is, like, the reason it looks like that is because the Trips era starts right after Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen, where they were stacking those cards,
which was incredible.
Because those were like,
yes,
you know, instead of them doing 1 5-hour show like WWE used to, say, hey, we'll give you 4 weeks of television. And we're like, all right, this is really cool. But then the Trips era starts, and then they get back to normal, and you're like, oh, no, Trips is back. You got to give us Fyter Fest every week now, or we're gonna go the other direction.
No. That's a good observation. I think that might be what it is. Plus the fact that everything is now different because now WWE is must see because I don't know who could show up, who could come back. They fired everybody. And now we're seeing, these things that were proposed, even the old weak storylines that they had, have some fresh coat of paint on it. I have been a big proponent of breaking up Miz and Tommaso Ciampa. Right now, I'm like, let's see where it goes. Like, it just feels a little bit different. Somehow they know how to present each character to their maximum potential, where I'm like, I'm okay with seeing wherever this goes. Versus whenever, like, the AEW, they still have a massive Steve problem. They still have some problems on where are things going to go and long form storytelling that we actually care about. Don't pull some shit from 1932 and Gorgeous George Wrestling or some shit and expect me to know that. But like, just do something that's like cohesive and consistent. I love the stuff they're doing with Starks and Big Willie. I like
the presentation
what's going
of
on
Hobbs
with
is just perfect.
Yeah, his entrance is really cool. His new entrance is really cool. I was going to touch on that. So after the match, after he got done squashing the Steve that he squashed, you know, the Stoke Daddy made the save in the ring. The jobber was going out like into the back, and like he was like flipping the crowd off as he was leaving. The jobber was
sweet jobber.
Damn, because he's probably from Columbus.
No,
he's like,
he just
fuck you guys.
He just got his ass handed to him.
Oh,
but, yeah.
But that's where they get the jobbers from. The jobbers are typically local wrestlers from there. So.
Yeah, but there were no local Columbus people.
Do you know their background?
You know,
well, no, but they when they
like that.
Right? No, that guy definitely was. I'm in the independent scene. I know.
No,
that
but
guy
they
has never worked this territory.
when they brought the jobbers in, they told them at least where they were from, and none of them from Columbus.
Well, I mean, they're fantasies. I mean, they're not going to say where they're really from. Like, Brooklyn Brawler isn't really from Brooklyn, for example. They got to make it look like they're not all
Jmoe,
from, like,
think...
Cleveland Ave, Jmoe.
Right? Do you think Flex Cavano was really from Miami? Well, I got some land to sell you in Detroit. It's prime real estate.
Going, Jmoe.
Like,
yeah.
All the copper you could have.
None of them said they were from Columbus because they would automatically get, you know,
the home crowd love. Yeah.
The one that did get a big, hometown love was Madison Rain was there. She's from Columbus, so she got a really cool segment.
So she is from Columbus.
Yeah.
But nobody.
Didn't they just hire her back? Or isn't that the chick they hired to run?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
women wrestlers. Okay.
Women's. Yeah. And then her and Jade. Her and Jade had a really cool promo. The Stokely.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
You sound like the old grandfather. Like I know a little bit about that A's and W's.
Yeah.
Like
I know that about
the Moxley John.
Speaking of Stokely,
talking about
E-Ray, did you see that your boy Ethan Page is now running with Stoke? Did you catch that?
Tightest
no?
in the game.
You didn't catch anything? All right, so
what? Hey, Dub.
I'm gonna watch it after.
Let me ask you, what part of E didn't see the show did you not understand?
I'm hoping like he caught some highlights or read something because we have a wrestling podcast. Crazy, I know. But anyways, Titus tits. Shut up! I'm talking now. Shut it,
today, baby.
Shut it. Penalty box. Mute your mic.
Guy.
Penalty box.
This guy. Hey guys. Anyway, we're just gonna go away from AEW.
Okay.
He muted his mic.
You think you can stop me?
Anyway,
Just gonna come here in A-Dub's living room.
Tribal chief versus the tribal
so
beef.
anyway, Ethan Page comes out, cuts a promo. The classic Dolph Ziggler, "What about me?" promo. The Raven, "What about me?" promo. And Stoke comes out, barely says a word. What he says, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then just hands him a card.
Yeah.
And then
he whispered something in his ear too.
Some sweet nothings in his ear. And now Ethan Page is running with Stokes, so Stokes building up a little bit of a roster here.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty, Ethan Page.
Ready?
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smiles, a.k.a. Hip Hop Adam Schefter, a.k.a. LaJosh James, a.k.a. for all the ladies, the Chocolate Sauce Bandit. You already know what it is. Tune into an Audible Ruckus every week. And don't forget to check out my 2 shows at Shot vs. Smiles and Music Impulse on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Amazon Music, whatever. Tune in. It's your boy Smiles, and I'm out.
The baddies. I'm interested to see where that goes.
Like the new Jimmy Hart. He's just managing everybody.
Dub, before he cut that promo, the AEW was on commercial and they were coming back, and he was like grabbing a mic in the back and just yelling at a microphone. And he was like, "Give me a damn microphone that's live. Are we live, Jimmy? Are we live?" And he kept yelling at Jimmy in the front, which was kind of fun. But it made the promo more.
That's something different versus WWE just showing commercials when they're at commercial. But anyways. Okay, E-Ray, you're out of the penalty box now that I was able to give that little soliloquy. You okay?
No, I'm gonna take this time to cut a real promo on Dub and let the people know that the penalty box has been misused. He has tainted the sanctity of the penalty box. The penalty box is supposed to be used for those that are flagrantly out of control and saying things of a vulgarious nature where it's just disgusting. Dub is drunk with power, and we may not see him ever again. But until then, we're gonna keep the show going. But as we were saying, thank you, Dub, for that Ethan Page announcement. I love hearing about things of my namesake and Stokely Carmichael and Stokes, Willie B. Stokes, Willie B. Hayes, whoever else. I don't know. Any of these random people's names. Black Steves, White Steves, Congregation of Steves. Yeah, love that. Outside of that, because again, like I said, I didn't get to see AEW. I seen bits and pieces. I will be going back and watching it. Another show that I did not see that I heard was pretty good.
You're missing something. The Acclaimed, their rap was awesome.
No, it wasn't, Jay.
You talking about the Ass Boys, the dumpster match?
No,
it was okay. It was
okay.
The wrestling
match wasn't that good.
It wasn't that great, Jmoe.
He mentions he's going to make him retire like Vince McMahon.
He got a shout out from John Cena on Twitter.
That's a bar. That's not a. That doesn't.
They didn't come out on Wednesday and put out
then,
Illmatic or anything. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Yeah, no. Or Pipe Bomb Part 2 or something. He just shouted out.
It was still pretty good.
It lands for where it's supposed to land, guys.
Yeah, I mean, seeing the match live or the whole event live, I will tell you, watch the Cassidy match, watch the Britt Baker match, and then
I seen and that then one. That's the only thing I say. I'm a big hater guy.
And then I am too after what I saw last night. Woo! Yeah.
Heavy hater.
And then the Yuta Jericho match was good as well.
Okay. I will take a look at it.
Yeah.
But back to that WWE product, also known as the best wrestling on our television for now. Because things are changed, guys. Things are changing. Dub, I know you are the biggest NXT UK guy.
Yes, he is, folks, but he doesn't watch.
I don't watch.
Right. He's never seen the episode, but he somehow knows every single thing that's ever happened and can tell you how long every match is. Can you please give us a NXT UK update from our UK correspondent?
You want the UK update? Ilya Dragunov had to surrender the UK title to injury. He's been hurt for a few weeks now, but they were hoping it would get better, but it's not looking like it. Word around the campfire is that they might be having a tournament, or they might just use the Heritage Cup champion right now, which is their mid-card title, and put him in like a fatal four-way with a few other guys. There's a lot of options, a lot of talent up there. I just wish JD McDonagh was there because it was his time. It was his time.
I mean, but I was like, but did he though? Because he's on our TV.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like,
that.
if they told me one day, like, oh, Ilya Dragunov, vacated the title, now Jordan Devlin won it, and I didn't see it because I don't watch NXT UK, I would start watching NXT UK. But now he's over here, and now they're gonna have him job to Braun, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm happy you're here, guys. What do we think? Do we think that JD McDonagh is going to job out to Braun, or do you think that they actually might do something? Because now that this change isn't just relegated to Monday and Friday. Tuesday is getting a makeover as well. So do you think that Braun now gets to hold on to that title so closely, or do we get to see some shake up here?
So I think he does hold that title, but I think plans change because Triple H likes to keep them motherfuckers down there for a while, and they don't get caught up until they ready. But I don't think Devlin is the guy to take the belt off of him.
Nobody ready on that roster.
You guys know who I want to take that belt off of him, but that's a whole other story. But I do think he's going to hold that belt because I think plans change, and he's not. Because before Vince decided to walk away, I said Braun will be in the main roster by the Rumble, and he will make a splash in the Rumble. No way he'd win it, but he'd make a splash. Now I'm like, yeah.
Walking that back.
I don't know if you see him till SummerSlam next year. Triple H like to make them kids work. He like to make them earn it.
Good.
But JD McDonagh's promo, in the contract signing was really cool. First time there was no violence in the contract signing in decades, probably.
I mean, that's not true. Man stabbed himself and then wrote
self-mutilation
the
is one
blood.
thing.
So
Self-imposed violence. Yes.
Yeah.
It's still considered violence. That falls under the violence. Sure.
Thank you from the Moxley fan who knows about violence. Yeah.
Tyree, you stabbed my dad.
I don't think JD takes that belt off of him. I think Braun sticks around for a while. I think JD's there for a while. But I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of things are going to change there. I'm not sure if Triple H is going to open the checkbook and try to go get some new NXT veteran guys to just be there to kind of solidify the product. That'll be interesting to see. But who knows? We'll see.
that would be genius, by the way. DA?
I mean, I see that McDonagh, he's gonna lose this match, but I don't think this is the last time they fight. I think they have 2 or 3 fights, and then maybe eventually he goes over on Braun. But I don't see it coming though. I don't know. What is so funny?
Jmoe's chair moved again. E-Ray shot him a death stare.
Oh,
they've been laughing about it ever since.
Understood. I thought I said something, or I might have farted.
No,
I'm gonna.
That wasn't my chair moving. That was me farting.
Jesus, Jmoe, mute button. Good lord. Fuck. But yes, McDonagh. He's gonna. He's up here for a reason. They didn't pull him out of that huge opportunity he had in the UK, according to our correspondent of NXT UK. For that to happen, I think he's gonna be fighting. I don't know. We got to figure that out still. McDonagh's not up here to just job out the Braun. I think originally he was, to Dub's point, when Vince was running the show, but now it's HBK, and that's basically Triple H Jr. as far as mindsets go. Those guys are going to be fighting for a while. I can see it's going to be a 3-4 month thing.
I hope so, because I think the way he is doing the things that he's doing right now, and the promos he's cutting, and how sadistic he is, it's the perfect level of like, I'm a scary Irish guy. Like it's not like cartoonish. But he's just like, I'm just gonna make some random idle threats, but I don't mean it. And he just stares at you like consistently creepy, and I'm like, I like this. And I mean, maybe Braun doesn't necessarily have to lose the belt yet, but they gotta have a war and then some shenanigans. The only thing I wish we could have switched it up, and maybe it was Apollo Crews versus Braun, and they have a banger, and then McDonagh like interferes and throws himself into it, so now we get like a triple threat. Then that kind of plays out, and then maybe they could use that.
I think you get Apollo versus Braun.
But since we are where we are now,
I think that's when that's going to happen.
And McDonagh interferes.
Well, I mean, and I like it, but I'm saying that would have prolonged McDonagh just losing, because I like him. I like exactly what he's doing, and I think he can damage Braun, and then like, maybe I need one more shot, or I almost had you, mate. I did this and da or something random. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I would like to see that continue. Just like BA said, that program needs to continue, and it needs to be more than just a stupid one-off like they had been doing. But,
so I unfortunately, I think this is going to be off, because I think your booking plan is excellent, E. I would let you book the territory, but I think this is going to end up being a one-off. Look for JD McDonagh to do a program with Wesley next. The dichotomy of the two, it just works. Like the way JD McDonough's talking psychologically, and then it's kind of making these idle threats, and he can bring up, how Wesley's a failure, blah 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 blah, and Wesley like he can be doubting himself, and like he's like, no, I gotta beat this guy. He's not he's not gonna outsmart me, blah 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 blah. I think that's a really interesting program they could write. I see that happening next. Or hell, if they wanna push Axiom more, JD McDonagh, the surgeon versus Math. I don't know.
I was just gonna call JD McDonagh Boondock Saints.
I
call him Boondock Saints, please.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. All right, Boondock Saints.
Yeah. McDonagh, have you had your break today? Sounds delicious.
I mean, y'all bring up the point about Vince not being around anymore. Who outside of Grimy do y'all see getting caught up in the next year? I see Mello, maybe Santos.
Oh yeah,
that's really
Toxic.
Toxic, yeah. I see Mandy. I don't know about all of them. Mandy for sure.
They put Mandy with those two to bring them all three up at the same time. No, there's no question.
It'd be a nice injection into the main roster heel.
Gigi is ready.
And she's ready.
Gigi ain't ready. I'm ready. Somebody's ready. Thank you, Twitter.
Lord.
Anyway, yeah, I think that definitely happens. For me personally, I think Carmelo is ready. I think Santos is ready, but I think he just has more things to still do down below. I'm honestly giving a lot of thought to what A-Dub said, solidifying that roster. I feel like a part of the excitement and the possibilities of people coming back, before, as Sasha was gone, Naomi was gone, also you gotta understand, you gotta believe Johnny Gargano has been on at least a call or two with Trips, like, hey, you haven't signed that contract yet with AEW, right? I seen you do that toy hunt. I seen ya do the toy hunt. And he's like, let me stop this before you get in there. And if that happens, Johnny either comes back and takes that title off of Braun and gets the biggest pop ever in NXT history. Or he shows up at the Royal Rumble.
I think the first right?
Either one of those things.
Very, very good point, man. You're going to see a lot of those old NXT people that left but never re-signed anywhere come back to NXT to make that brand stronger than what it is, and show those youngins kind of like how the Black and Gold used to be. Bring that vibe back.
So I would ask you, BA, who do you think that is?
It's only Gargano that's out there outside of him.
There's a lot of guys out there. Gargano's
I was about to
say
there's a lot of them.
Toothless Timmy is
Toothless
out
Timmy.
there.
Timmy.
Carrion.
That's the one guy I don't think they can bring back. They
Ball
killed
Gag
him.
is
They killed him.
Why won't they
Ball
bring
Gag
back
is-
Ball
and,
Gag?
Because
Triple
they
H
let
Ball
4
Gag.
guys at 5'10"
controlling the
call him a
narrative.
bitch in front of his woman for 4 weeks, called him up to a roster and made him a Pulp Fiction character.
Y'all know we can erase stuff. We can make that act like it never happened, man. Come on.
He's now
That
controlling
too.
his own narrative.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought he was just on the
Yeah.
indies.
Yeah.
I didn't know he
But,
was with those CYN freak shows.
Danny and Oni Lorcan are out there. Those guys were steady hands in the tag team division for a long time.
Yes. Oni
I
Lorcan.
mean,
Love
there's
it.
some.
Yeah, there's a lot of enhancement talent that can make other people better that they kind of I want to say they need, but it will make NXT 2.0
Yes.
that much
Yeah.
better because you got some solid workers and then you have the people that okay, maybe they don't win. It's kind of like if you kind of remember towards the mid range, almost tail end of the Black and Gold era, there was Cassius Ohno.
Yeah. I
Always
remember
put on a
him.
great match. Never won shit.
Yeah.
Like,
NXT
Yeah.
flag bearer.
But like E, to your point, you can bring back these guys that were in NXT Black and Gold, and still do the development stuff in the background,
Mhm.
or put the people
That's what
that's
needs
not
to
ready,
happen.
put them on level up,
Yeah.
and then have these guys on 2.0.
But no, I disagree. You don't do that. That's going backwards. You keep the same people in NXT
And you
2.0 because
mix
they
them.
need those
Yeah.
reps. But then you mix it and you infuse it because that means
yeah,
you can't have two green characters or two people that's green working together. That's when you get the Lash Legends
Nikita's
and Nikita
Yeah.
Lyons going headbutting each other and they're not putting on good matches because neither one of them are a ring
Yeah.
general. Versus when you have Cassius Ohno telling Briggs and Jensen how to work or something like that, those things are going to make those people better. So that's why I said just bring them in as some enhancement talent. They don't necessarily need to win. They can have some fun just cutting promos. Because in NXT 2.0, it doesn't really matter if you win or lose. It's about the stories that are being told. And when you tell good stories, people don't care. So Cassius Ohno can go ahead and punch somebody in the back of the head. And you're like, oh shit, he's now joined up with Zion Quinn. And they both like walking around stalking people. We don't care.
If you notice, that's low key what they've been doing with the
you can
NXT UK talent. Like Pretty Deadly, you can tell those guys are ready for prime time. But you bring them in, you put them in that tag division with the Creed brothers and the younger tag teams in there, and you just let them like, all right, slow down, work, let's tell a story. Clearly, the story is androgynous males against the manly men and the country farm boys, or the college standouts. Tell the story. And like they did the same thing on who else did they bring over from over there? Well, shit, JD McDonagh right now. He's gonna slow Braun down and not make him, go a million miles a minute. So
Right. Blow him up. I got a quick question for you. Who do you got in a fight between Pretty Deadly and Maximum Male Models? And did you see that Pure
I
Life
wish I did.
commercial that was
I
sponsored by
did.
P Valley? WWE Valley, as I like to call it. Oh,
I'm going with Maximum Male Models because Mace or Mace is damn near 7 foot, and you can't
Mace.
teach that. And of course, you got the Saudi Arabian Undertaker.
True.
Yeah.
Can't lose.
Oh, you mean right? You mean Saudi Arabian Alan Quartermain? He's a league of Saudi gentlemen, or whatever you gotta call. Yeah, got it. Okay, I like that. Anywho, away from that, and Jmoe's chair that needs all the oil ever. I don't understand where this man got his chair from. Was this Annabelle? Did your great grandfather just give you this chair that you needed? Like, hey guys, I found this chair in the attic. Like, what the hell?
I went to Home Goods and bought it.
Oh, you should learn how to spend better money.
Oh, he called you, bro. He called you. He said,
Smell like broken.
"Oh, that is a new episode of the Race Turner podcast." Available
Get your
right now
money
on
up.
all your DSPs. Thank you, E-Ray.
Hey, Dub,
You know, I do
Dub, I have a
this.
bone to pick with you really
like
quick.
that. Uh-oh.
So
Is this necessary?
it is very necessary.
Very
So I got a little upset on Tuesday night.
It's not
Yeah,
necessary.
it is. Shut your mouth. That wasn't BA. That wasn't meant towards you, by the way.
I wasn't even talking.
Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit is popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out.
So, Dub, you made a comment in the group chat that the GOAT of NXT was back.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Santos. So you telling me he's the GOAT of NXT?
NXT currently, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's hyperbole.
Okay. All right.
It's
Yeah, because
hyperbole.
you said the way it made it sound. You made it sound like it was the.
Well,
GOAT
I
of
apologize.
NXT,
His,
like, and I'm
his
like,
actual
you telling
nickname
me?
is the Emperor of Lucha Libre. There's no Emperor emoji. I apologize, Jmoe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Supervisor. Please don't write me up. I know I'm on my second strike.
But I was
Please
like-
don't write me up.
I,
Can I just get away
I
with
was
the
like,
verbal
yeah,
Say
are
that
you
on
warning?
Stab
serious?
Sucks. That emoji doesn't exist anywhere.
no.
One more, you're getting a written.
I was like, no. I
One
was
more,
thinking
you're
to
getting
myself
written.
as I was looking at this. Are you serious? He's not the GOAT. Ciampa was the GOAT of NXT, but
He's not there anymore.
I
He's saying
I
I'm not
current.
disagree
gonna
as well.
disagree with you. You're wrong as
Said
well.
The
current.
GOAT of NXT is Adam
Right.
Cole.
What are you talking about? You can't come in and say, I disagree
Who was
with
it,
you
Johnny?
too.
Say it's gotta be
GOAT
Gargano.
of NXT is Johnny motherfucking Gargano, the heart and soul of the. And then I was like, even that might be a little bit disrespectful to the who really ushered in the black and gold, which was Kevin
Yeah,
Owens,
Sami
and,
Zayn.
and yeah, so
Seth freaking Rollins.
like, or before that with like it's.
Yeah.
I know it's so many like shit. Really, you could say Bailey is the go to NXT, but I digress. It's so many things, so I wouldn't say that. But that's a great great subject that you brought up there. Is there a GOAT of NXT? And because I honestly, I'm going to take back everything I said. If it's not, I would say it's Bailey. And if it's not Bailey,
So
then
to me,
secondly, I would.
What about
it is
Sasha?
between like those four guys that they call the Mount Rushmore of NXT: Ciampa, Finn, Johnny, and Adam. But
That's sexist.
you know, it's fine.
There's-
But when you
think
look
y'all
at
are
to me,
all
when you look at
based
Adam
here,
Cole's
man.
run in NXT, like no one's come in and done what he's done. His first match, he won the new North American Championship. Took that, started a stable, took off Drew McIntyre's head seconds after him winning that title, and then he went on to build up probably one of the greatest factions of all time with the Era. I don't know what that is, but
You had that mixed up.
He's saying
You mixed that up.
turned him around.
what?
So he took off Drew's head, then won the
You're
North
right.
American
You're right.
title.
You're right.
I know.
Made his debut, took off Drew's head, won the North American title in his very first
Big
match
balls
on the
McGall
card.
over here.
Went on to win the world title twice. Set up this golden prophecy, and every week they started the gang wars. They said there was no other gangs. They were just out here jumping people, and we loved it. They did the most heel things ever, and we loved it because it was Adam Cole, baby. If you remember Johnny's run, Johnny had some missteps in his run. His first heel turn, god awful. Like, it just, there was some heel, and then, I mean, Ciampa did spend a lot of time on the shelf, but that's neither here nor there. And then,
First heel run.
you don't remember Johnny's first heel run?
I thought it was only one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, he had a first one and they turned him back really quick. He's right. It was
Johnny's
the one.
first
I
heel
remember
run is
it,
when he
but
won
I
the
don't-
North American Championship when he took it off of Ricochet.
Yeah.
That was the first heel
Yeah, and he
run.
DDT'd
yeah, and
him,
everybody's
remember?
like,
I was there.
"Why?
I was
Why?
there.
This isn't Johnny." And it didn't work. But the second heel run, that worked. And then bringing the way, that worked.
Well, Well, I think they didn't give it a chance because of somebody got injured and they had to make things change quickly. So I don't attribute that to him. Number one. Number two, I would say the thing that's super important. You said all that about Adam Cole. Great, fantastic point. But you're forgetting Bayley was the women's division, and when everybody else got called up, it was just Bayley, and she was putting on match after match, great match after great match, had all the people in the seats. So even when other people weren't necessarily hot or even knowing about NXT, she was carrying that brand. And then she had the take over Brooklyn moments and female Iron Man matches, and then breaking down Nia Jax, then actually giving it up to Asuka. That was the craziest run. Now that was the craziest run. Fuck what you talking about with Adam Cole. That was the craziest run I've ever seen. And I don't even, at the time, I was not a big guy on female wrestling. And I was into every match she had, and the crowd was into it. It was an incredible time. And then, not to mention, honorable mention, Asuka, who never lost ever. She just was like, you know what? I've held this bitch for like a year and plus. I think I'm gonna just leave. Asuka! And then she just disappeared through a smoke bomb or some shit. That's incredible. Adam Cole, he had a good run. I mean, you got Keith Lee, who did something incredible. That was a good run too. But it ain't what those were. Like those two, I think the females in NXT, because this is the same reason why we're seeing such dramatic change in literally a pay-per-view and an episode of Raw, of how Trips thinks about female wrestling and how he promotes those women. Automatically, we see that in the Black and Gold. The Black and Gold was built upon great wrestling, and especially with female wrestling.
I mean, I think everybody's off base right now. We're trying to name a person, man. Y'all named like 3 different eras of NXT. Y'all realize that? And
yes, we were watching it live. Unlike you, yes, we know.
I was gonna exactly.
Damn, throwing that hot rocket,
and it's going over my head because I don't even care. I'm in agreement with you. Yes, ooh, I was not watching live. I say all that as the person without the buy-in of being in it and having my own like strong opinion, because none of these eras would be possible without the other. Is what I'm saying. Y'all trying to put it on one person. Shit, everybody had their own bout of greatness to make the Black and Gold what it was. Like you had the first era of when it was kind of like hokey in the reality show, and then you had like guys like Kevin Owens and fucking Sami Zayn come in, and then they passed the torch on. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like even though I wasn't live and in living color watching the shit, I know enough about it to know like it's this whole vibe that you can't just put on one person and say they were like the flagship carrier, like you can put like on a Hulk Hogan or a Shawn Michaels or a Bret Hart. NXT wasn't like that because it was always a collective. Is that fair?
That is. It is. To BA, to your point,
somewhat.
E-Ray, Jmoe, you guys ever like watch Raw or SmackDown and like look at Drew McIntyre like, man, that guy really was on NXT with a bunch of guys who were like 5'5". It looks nuts now when you think about like how big he seems and how important he seems now on the main roster.
He looked crazy in the NXT ring, but it was amazing.
I was thinking about that watching SmackDown. I'm like, Drew McIntyre was really in NXT for a whole like damn near year, taking L's to Andrade.
Yeah. So with NXT, you know, I agree with all of these points that are being said. I want to make this point before I forget. The one thing I hope Trips does and Sean does is when they bring in new talent, they show them in the crowd. I loved when NXT did that. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Like random ass people would just be in the crowd, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, just to showcase the talent.
It was a great way to introduce talent that people who didn't watch the indies weren't familiar with. I remember the first time I saw Keith Lee, I said, that's a big motherfucker. You know, and then it gets you to do your Googles real quick.
Oh, you and Brock. See, so I'm going to give y'all just a little pushback. I don't fully disagree, but it wasn't that big of a thing to me because it was always like, oh, Okay, and they just highlight somebody. I'm like, cool, Samoa Joe. Cool, this person. I'm like, that's cool that it's a person there, but it does nothing for me unless you come in the ring, you punch somebody in the face or something.
Wait.
Some people did some shit like
you
that.
saw
That's
Samoa Joe in the crowd and just said, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, because again,
Nothing?
He wasn't
prior
watching
ROH,
Impact.
no
Yeah.
Impact. That's not me. I don't give a fuck about that shit. So I knew about it, the X Division, all the dope shit, but I was like, until I need to see what you're gonna do here, because you're older now. And he was like, "Oh, I got some go," and that's when I fell in love with him. I was like, "Oh, that's incredible what you're doing," but you can't get me to live off of your past shit. That's like when people be like, "Oh, we're gonna get this quarterback from so and so because he used to do this," and then he does nothing for your team. It's like, oh, great. Now we're just saddled with a name, and I don't believe in that. So that's why the crowd thing never got me like super hyped, because I'm like, I need to see with my own eyes. I'm a eye test person. So whenever I see you work, I may have never seen you before in my life. Again, me and BA's lineage, we go back, and I'm like, man, fuck this dude, Kurt Angle. And then I watched him in the ring. I was like, this dude is fucking crazy. And the Angle Slam became like one of my favorite moves because it was just so good. It was so technically great, and he was so annoying. So it's little things like that. I have to see how you do things. The Irish Ace, JD McDonagh. I'm like, this dude looks like mini Finn Balor. And then I start watching his move set and the shit that he started doing.
You guys should watch his match with Finn Balor from
Carmelo
the first
Hayes.
NXT UK takeover. I mean, I don't watch
I
NXT
knew he was
UK.
gonna say NXT UK. I knew he was gonna say NXT UK.
I mean, I don't watch NXT UK.
The only NXT UK I've ever watched, it might have been Mustache Mountain, and then I watched just episodes. So I did watch the NXT UK show where, oddly enough, Ilya Dragunov went against then Walter, and that was
See, that's your guy that's watching NXT UK. I just happen to hear about things.
Oh, whatever. You're the
It
correspondent.
was a takeover. In 7 years, those are the two matches I've seen. I don't know anything else. He's like, oh, Pretty Deadly. I know them from so-and-so. I was like, who the fuck is these people? But neither here nor there. I want to start to wrap this up. We're not giving y'all 50 hours of episodes this week.
Not today.
Last thoughts. Kind of, I guess, with the future of where we see things going. I like the NXT discussion. That was great. But with the future of WWE, with all these possibilities open, and us just being like, fucking trips, man. He's back. What can happen? SmackDown. Any hope for SmackDown, or where do you see the big? Let me take that back. Where do you see the biggest change happening? I'm going to say I think SmackDown is going to be a big change, but I'm gonna leave it for y'all.
That big picture.
Damn it! You took my goddamn answer. I was gonna say that shit. That's why I was like, I'm gonna say the big.
Because you got to remember, Clash at the Cancel is in the UK, and Gunther has that Intercontinental title. Like, it makes sense for them to push somebody, for him to defend that belt against, and to push somebody where you like, oh, this could happen. My guess is maybe Madcap Moss. They seem to really like him. You strap the rocket to him and get him away from Corbin. He could be the guy. I mean, no one's going to take that belt off of Gunther for a while. It's going to be a honky-tonk man type run. Yeah, I see that.
I thought you said he's going to be a real honky.
No.
Whoa.
That mid-card is going to change. And don't be surprised if you see they try to do more with the Viking Raiders in that tag team division. Because we can't keep getting Usos, Street Profits. I mean, I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, we need something.
I don't know if anybody else would, as much as I would. But that's where I see the mid card. That big thing.
Okay. Be it.
Dove just stole all of my thunder.
You're welcome.
As far as what I was going to say, I have to agree with our tribal pod chief. The mid card is what I'm looking forward to. That thing getting pumped back up. The things that they can do with the IC title. I'm hoping that we get some more I mean, it's tough with Roman being on both shows. What we can do as far as the main card goes, I feel like they need to figure out how to even separate that out. With him being the champ on both shows, it's hard to really get action involved in that main event picture.
But to your point, that's what's going to make the mid card so much more meaningful, because if you got just this big looming figure,
that's why it was such a good
shows,
answer. You
got so much potential, and look, you might even get the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship defended on pay-per-views again.
I think that's a very strong chance of happening, man.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, the IC title meant more than the WWE title. But
right.
Yeah, that, and then maybe like more of an infusion of the whole Liv title picture outside of just Ronda going crazy. I'm curious to see how her heel run's gonna play out. I've been wanting to see her, if she's gonna be on my TV, just being how she should be depicted as a shit-eating heel. So I'll be here to see it.
You don't like Black Swan Ronda?
Black Swanda.
They want to see you smile,
like Black
Ronda. Just smile for the cameras and walk really aggressively. Yeah, I'm happy that that's gonna be over now. As far as positive babyface Ronda, so that's like the only things like that I can think of that aren't gonna be surprises. I'm sure there's gonna be a surprise or two that we ain't even got our finger on for real, but that's exactly. That's the main things. It's just mid card and seeing what happens with the women's title picture with Ronda being a heel.
Jmoe.
I want to see two things. And Dub, you alluded to it in that text. Just you're onto something, E.
Hard nipples.
It's like more of those.
Dub,
give me those Mandy Roses.
You alluded to this in the group text you sent. I want to see the brand split again, and I want it to mean something. Like I want like how it used to be. Like, hey, SmackDown and Raw superstars are fighting for draft picks. Like, take us into a war room, have us do some trades, do something, make it like the NFL drafts experience. Don't give me that stupid looky.
The Peacock executives really want this first pick. Oh, I can't. The Fox guys with the robot.
Got the Fox robot dancing in that shit.
Like, give me something to make that draft interesting. But the other thing I really want to see is bring back those women's tag team titles. Bring them back, showcase the women. Because Trips loves his female wrestling.
We'll get a tournament.
I agree. That's where we agree. F that war room shit, because I'd rather just have what's her name? Stephanie and Nick Khan not going to be on TV, so have Adam Pearce just announce picks.
But see, I don't like that.
Make it easy, and then make the shows entertaining.
But like,
I don't need the hubbub about the hear me out, Jmoe. Okay. There's a huge percentage of human beings on the planet that don't give a fuck about the draft, any draft. So why would you get more draft when you're trying to watch wrestling? I want to watch wrestling. I don't want to watch another fucking draft.
Jmoe, E-Ray doesn't give a fuck about any draft at all.
For the people.
Yeah.
But I actually like sports. So imagine the people who like wrestling that don't watch other sports. There's like another draft, or a draft period. That's going to take them out of it. You want more of the experience mirrored to what you like about other sports. But people who don't like sports at all, that's just taking them out of it. So just having somebody announce something, then do some wrestling in between, that was the draft I actually liked. Because then like, okay, we're getting matches between this. I want to see this person go here, this person go there. Kind of see where they are on the totem pole. And then just have those shows do good shit. That's all I need. I don't need a dancing robot, Peacock execs, Fox execs, USA. You gotta have Miz and Maurice, the mommy milkers.
We gotta do. So I kind of agree with E-Ray, because when they did the draft and they had the execs in there and Colin Cowherd and everything, I kind of got way too bought into the draft. And I'm looking at rosters and shit.
You was like, why would they?
I'm like, yo, what's going on? Why does Raw have such a much stacked roster? SmackDown, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I was losing my shit, and I was like, wait, this is wrestling. I should calm down here.
Yep. Right.
They got you good.
I don't care to me, damn it. He was like, SmackDown gonna be trash.
Yeah. And I found myself
SmackDown
being
needs
less
to tank.
excited
More
about
draft picks. They need to
SmackDown
trade.
because they had a bad draft, and I'm like, wait, no, this is scripted television,
Right.
All day.
But what I would like, to Jmoe's point about a draft, I'd love for them to do it closer to Survivor Series, so that way when we split up these teams for brand supremacy, these guys haven't had 3 years to beat the shit out of each other.
They have been beating on each other.
They've had rivalries that are starting to develop. They're like, you know what? I really don't like you. So after Survivor Series, we're going to have this out. But until then, we crippin', cuz, or whatever.
Yeah.
But that would be the one thing I would do with the draft. And I know Triple H listens. So move the draft to closer to Survivor Series so these people aren't beating up on each other and then tagging each other in.
That's a good take.
Yeah, then all of a sudden wearing the same shirts and being excited. Well, guys, you've heard it. You've heard it from us. We've booked the territory somewhat, or we've at least recapped the territory. Maybe we'll book it next week. Depends on how we feel. But let the people know where they can find you at. And then let's get out of here. BA, let them know.
Y'all know y'all can find me running our illustrious Twitter page for our show at Let Me Book Pod. I was live tweeting and all that fun stuff this weekend. I was back in action. And, talking with all the wrestling freaks out there and having a good time. And oh yeah, I was channeling my Scott Steiner when I heard that.
Yeah, you saw who I lined up on that follower list, BA. You saw.
Oh, BA is the real Seth Freaky Rollins.
I put my boy BA in a position to win. I said, yeah, you're going to win when you get back on the Twitter feed.
Dub is the greatest tag partner of the Twitter page. I have to say he gets it. We don't even be talking about it. I just see him like, man, this man gets it. But running that page and then also running our page for I-71 Fast Break. I've been pretty stagnant on that, but we, as Jmoe's gonna, I'm sure, say, we'll be coming back at you next week. Got an episode planned to be recorded early next week, so just recapping the summer and all that is Cavs basketball and the moves they made and all the stuff happening in sports. So that's what I got going on right now, fellas.
Jmoe?
So, two things. BA, you really hurt my feelings. Greatest tag team partner, that's me.
I'm not monogamous, Jmoe. I be out here. I'm sorry.
He said, I am a polygamist. He's like more orgies than me.
Yeah.
Like, you're wild. Seeking
tag team partners.
Tag team partners.
Yeah.
The new TLC spinoff.
Seeking
Yeah,
genetics.
So, goddamn, turn that fucking phone off.
Hey, I got people that love me.
Yeah,
Sorry
sorry about that.
I know you don't know what that feels like. Anyway.
But no, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Y2JMO, and we are recording Monday for I-71 Fast Break because D Wood fucked up and decided to go to the movies when we were supposed to record last. I can and I will because he fucked up.
Wow. All right. Well,
that's Jmoe.
Well, guys, if you're looking for me, you can find me every Tuesday at the Embrace the Turn Up podcast. Also on the socials, my ADUB1220 on everything. And if you're looking for me, it sounds like I might be the next featured guest on Inaudible Ruckus. Is that right? Ooh.
It's a pity. It's a pity fuck.
I'd take those in spades.
Jmoe is. He said shit. He said, however, I get it. I get in where I fit in,
back
baby.
in my day, there was a lot of pity. Never mind. Excuse me.
All right, Nasty Nate. All right, Nasty Nate. Cut his mic before he gets us canceled.
Yeah, got a lot of pity.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ebenezer Hayes Day.
Pity Titty Committee. Love it. It is I, your quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of Evil, the Tribal Beef, Peen Malenko, American Cream Brody Loads. Here to close out the show. You can find me at E_RAY_the bad guy on the Instagrams, getting my tribal beef on, getting big and beefy for everyone to see, because I might have to body slam Jmoe at one point in time. So I got to make sure I'm strong enough to do it. Also, you can find me at E_RAY the hipster on the Twitters. So I will be there talking about wrestling. We do a lot of live tweeting, and then also just monitoring the random filth that comes across my timeline because it's always awesome. Lastly, you can find me at Inaudible Ruckus every Saturday. And yeah, we may have a special guest on this week, so tune into that because we are powered by the Inaudible Ruckus Network as well as Embrace the Turn Up. And then, of course, you can check out all 15 episodes of Binge Flicks and Chill, which features these awesome guys here and so many other good friends as we recapped a lot of great TV. We are cooking up some new stuff for season 2 coming to you this fall. And in the meantime, just like BA, go buy a shirt. There are great merches out. Fits good. BA knows he's going to send me a picture that's social media appropriate so I can put it on the
pictures are appropriate
on the sphere. He was like, I ain't put on my chin strap yet. I gotta put my chin strap beard back up.
My face is cold.
But other than that, guys, buy your shirts. And yeah, when you see us out in the streets, when you see me too sweet me, everything is wrestling. Macho Madness, let it wash all over you. Yeah. And we are out.
Peace.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.